I'm that girl who wants to be able to help you understand the purpose of the laser event and any other events that are coming, to be able to help you sort of have inner peace for the purpose and significance of it. I know many people like myself, and I'm still hearing the same things, that people are still, as they're trying to process the significance, importance, and the value of those lessons for humanity. What on earth? Here we are trying to love ourselves, love others, raise our vibrations up, and then all just to be ready to have the experience of a really strong and many different tragedies, chaos events, and a lot of panic. And it just sort of feels like, this is redundant. Why not? We're already so dense, and we're already so all over the place. Why do we have to do our sort of good homework to raise our vibrations enough to then just have them bottom out for these experiences, right? It does seem counterintuitive. I understand that. And we've also covered that many times in sessions. So maybe if you're starting to be able to understand the significance of why these things have to occur, if you listen back to the sessions, it's going to be really loud for you to hear the purposes and the significance of them. So I just wanted to be able to quickly run through with you again to remind you of these things, right? Because the more we know, the more we hear, the more we learn, the more we can sort of just put panic to bed, put fear to bed, and be able to accept that these are the lessons that are needed. So what happens after these big events? Yes, there's going to be tragedies in terms of many people losing their lives in these exit points, right? Remembering we've got many lives. We've had many lives. This is a significant one because we're in them now. And when we understand that the soul simply bunny hops, right? From one lifetime to another lifetime, to another body, to this, to that, they're busy, they're doing stuff. They're wanting to expand on all lessons and all experiences possible. And while we still are coming to terms with understanding that there is good lessons in tragedy, it's a lot to process, right? In our minds. And I think this is why we really stumble with a lot of experiences that we've had in our own lives, to understand that was helpful for us. To learn discernment is really helpful. But how many times have we had to learn that people deceive us and lie to us and trick us for us to really feel into the integrity, right? It could be many, many times. Many people are still listening to this and learning that. And, this is why the teams are begging you to have sessions with them, because some of you have got your whole mind full of nonsense from other people's session information, or their given gifts, or whatever, right? If we are just taking and accepting them as face value, oh, they're so connected. Yeah, they're talking about spiritual stuff, so they must be authentic. And I've paid a lot of money for them, so it has to be real. Double check fact that with your subconscious. Your subconscious knows everything about you. And it sort of seems peculiar to me that people are still paying influencers and gurus to mansplain their lives to them, when the subconscious is waiting for you to finally connect in, finally figure out how to channel them, connect in with them, trust them, apply their information, and all that stuff, right? And so when you have free interns, and while those interns may not know all of the stuff that you know from sessions, because when you've listened to all those sessions, you're quite advanced. Your wisdom and knowledge, even if you doubt it, you still are aware what is to come. Right. And so, someone said, when the laser happens and I will say, it's all cool, like I knew this was coming, it's all purposeful, all is well. They're gonna not be okay with, oh, you knew this laser event was happening. Why didn't you warn us? Why didn't you warn everyone? How dare you hold on to that information? Right. We could tell everyone we know. Hi, my name's Joe. A laser event's coming. It's going to be really devastating, but don't worry about it. All is well. They would lock us up, right? We could all meet up together in a loony bin and have cups of tea and I don't know. But yeah, no one's going to believe you, right? No one's going to believe you. And the best way to really get a sense of what's coming is in sessions, right? So we don't have to tell people about these events. They're going to come regardless of whether we want them or not. So there's that. Because it's bigger than us, isn't it? We think that we're in control here, and we're calling all the shots because we're using all our free will, and our collectives are, with much love, sort of looking down upon us, or looking sideways from us, or looking up at us, wherever you want to perceive them as being, and thinking, well, this is kind of above your pay grade, humanity. Because we know what is best for you, because we see the bigger perspective of it all. And, here we are thinking we are, running the show, and we certainly are not. And so you could tell people the event is coming and the events are coming, and they won't believe you. And they still won't believe you even when they do occur. Oh, no, you didn't tell me it was going to be this big. Oh, no, I would have remembered if you had said it. They're going to deny it, right? Just like even after the events happened, people are still going to deny it. 100% deny it. No, that's too big. No, not interested. Don't want to. That lowers my vibrational density to think about that tragedy. So I'm just going to love and light it out of my life, however people are going to cope with it. Okay, so it's not about awakening people up to the truth. It's about supporting their emotions along the journey. And so when we are talking to them, constantly asking them, how are you feeling about this? Of course, it's just like a lot of the truthers wanted the big disclosures to unfold just so they could say to their family and friends, I fucking told you so. I warned you, blah, 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 right? Full ego-based, boom, I did this, I knew this, how do you like those apples? Whatever, right? And so it kind of became quite twisted that people wanted other people to learn this information so much just so they could be right. Forget about the crimes against humanity. I was right, okay? It's interesting, right? It's interesting what motivates people to share the truth. And it's interesting what motivates people to want others to know the truth. For me, my focus is being able to how to manage the emotions from it and to be able to make peace with it, to make sense with it. Because when we know that there is tragedy and we don't understand it, and it's just tragedy and it's just tragedy and it's just tragedy, we get into this real density cycle of tragedy. And so the purpose and significance, from my understanding, from listening to this many times in different sessions, is the old earth experience is to bring people together, because we've all just gone through a traumatic experience together. We're survivors together. We can feel the same things together, bringing humanity together. This is how we do it. We won't get together because of love. No. No, I think Jesus tried that. I think a lot of people tried to bring us together through love. It doesn't work for humanity. Humanity needs trauma, drama. Look how many people are bonding together over the whole, the tragic court case that's got everyone focused on, very unhealthy people having public court cases. It's such a beautiful distraction, isn't it? But, all purposeful, that people get to honestly look at how we view rich, famous people, and how we sort of dismiss their drug habits and their choices because they're famous and rich. Apparently, if you're famous and rich, you can get away with anything. It's all cool because they're famous. It's all right. And so this is kind of the same with influencers who are famous. They can say and do anything they want and no one calls them out for it, right? Supposedly. The truth will always come out. Always. It has this funny thing of always being true and always showing its moral compass. And so, you could say, oh, those are just stepping stones. It's all right. No harm, no foul. It is harmful because you're holding back humanity through your ego. So there is that. So, part of the problem or part of the solution, your choices, people. And as we are watching certain influencers holding back humanity through their own ego and limited perspectives, do we just be part of that problem too and not say anything and not hold them accountable, not ask them to explain themselves a little bit further? It's always awkward to call out people, right? And I think this is a problem with humanity in some regards, is that we know that there are influences, whether it's political, in every industry, we're too polite to call them out. We're too polite, or if we do call them out, we get censored. This is what seems to be strong in the social media things where, we can see live video broadcasts from our MP, and yet no one can post on it, and it's very censored, and it's very interesting. Anyway, so the laser event, from my understanding, is a very fast, quick, done and dusted, so profound. You can hear it reverberating out and around, and it is it's a sickening sound. Someone said that they thought that the whole laser event took 2 days. No. It's traveling at an extraordinary fast rate. And so those people who exit with the laser won't even really notice or hear it or even understand what's happening at all. It's very fast. So there is no, there's no real trauma that is added upon their souls. Their souls are removed as fast as possible when the events start to occur. So please listen back to those sessions. Those sessions are going to be more profound to hear the answers and hear the questions and answers than what we sort of try to buffer with our own trying to build the pieces of the puzzle together. So definitely listen back. I know so many people have told me I've listened back to certain sessions and I'm hearing them with fresh new ears. And so if you have shut down your hearing capability and capacity because you've been verbally abused as a child, we've just done so much healing from that and releasing and recovering people's ears. This is why a lot of people have been getting profound earache and a whole lot of stuff going on for them, because they've released that. It's so purposeful, what everyone's ascension symptoms are at the moment, and they're not even understanding what's going on. And so it's super significant. I think if I did a channeling and someone read out the list of C19 symptoms, I think we could all get a profound sense of actually what's the metaphysical perspective of that, which is very significant. Sorry. So if you have then been released because as a child there was too much trauma of sounds, of arguments, or something, since that point in time where we've been able to release people from that to be able to hear clearly, you could easily listen back to that. It seems like a lot of people are still saying to me, I can hear these sessions more profoundly now, and I'm sure I've listened to this one many times, but it's just new layers, new levels of understanding, comprehension, and understanding. And so, super, super, super purposeful. This is why they want people to listen to their own sessions at least 3 times, because you just grow each time. Your mindsets get bigger. You can understand things, you can heal from things, release from things, release that density, and just be more and more and more open. So, and again, they're saying, please, 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 please take this opportunity, this gift from them to do that 15-minute white light healing. It's so significant to have that, to be able to understand, even when we're sitting down thinking we're super relaxed and rested, we actually are holding a lot of tension in our bodies still unconsciously. And while our bodies are living in autopilot, and we're just assuming they're doing, you do your job, I do me. We have to actually be responsible to make sure we're not holding any tension anywhere in the body unconsciously, because that can start making and creating this sense of anxiety and pressure and tension that the conscious mind starting to notice, wait, hang on, there's pressure in the body. Are we going to be under attack? Because these monkey suits are not that evolved, truly. They're not. They're still in this, we're still thinking that there's predators out there. So when you start holding tension in the body, it is like your mind is starting to think, wait, so you could be watching a movie, for example, and feeling this angst, this buildup, and there is nothing there. You're in this comfort and the safety of your own home. Nothing's going to get you, but your body is triggering your mind into thinking, under the bed monster kind of thing. So just when you listen to that 15-minute meditation and feel how profoundly relaxed you can make your body, this is what they're wanting you to be able to really get used to, being able to do it in a flip of a switch. Oh, okay, so someone's coming to me with a conflict and I'm starting to feel stressed. Wait, what does my body feel like when I'm in that deep relaxation? Okay, I can hear your conflict now better, because I'm not in this panic and this fight or flight mode. Yes, that's what it is. So super significant, right? So if we are just not checking out what our bodies are doing and what we're doing to our bodies, is more that we are in control of our emotions, and we are in control of our bodies. 100% we are. 100% we are. And so I would like to invite you all, if you've got a little hurt place in your body or something, set the intentions to be able to heal that within the 15-minute white light healing. So see what it does, see how it feels. A lot of people are saying that their necks are still sore. Who is that pain in the neck, I want to ask? Or is it just that the weight of the world is so heavily on your shoulders, you're feeling the strain of it? What is the easiest way to fix the problems of the world? Love it. I know, crazy, right? Really out there concept. But this is why it's so important to be able to do that meditation, to be able to imagine putting yourself, your family, your friends, everyone into this beautiful pyramid of white light. It is so profound. You're protected so much. And you're inviting in this energy, you're inviting in this healing, you're inviting in this profound connection. And I can feel my subconscious coming into my body profoundly and seeing if there is anything that doesn't serve me anymore, and is able to really, it's like coat other people's energy fields as well. And this is what we're here for, my friends. This is so profound. It is not breaching their free will, because we're loving them. We're using our free will to love them and release all that no longer serves them. And so I highly recommend this for so many reasons. And we're here to love and uplift and bring lots of light into this planet and for those beings. Well, we can't heal this planet, unfortunately. And we're here for those beings that are on this planet, all beings that are here on this planet. Okay, I'm just going to pause, because I feel like there is still something else that they wanted me to share with you. And I don't want to, hang on, I'm just going to try and get there, hang on. Yes, something else. And this is just something that I don't see the significance of it yet, but I'm sharing it with you. It was brought to my attention that someone was posting on Facebook a false Dolores Cannon quote. Cute, right? I mean, she's got so much literature, not that many people really know what was said in her books and what wasn't said in her books. And she's like, you've made it when people are misquoting you. Because, people trust her name. 100% people trust her name. And so if there is a quote from Dolores, go for it, right? She's saying that, there are many misquotes from her, which are unfortunate, but, what is it saying? even the devil can quote things from the Bible or use things for his advantage in the Bible, right? So just use your discernment when you're seeing quotes. I know that if someone was listening to one of my videos, for example, and heard me talking about a really low perspective that, say, I may have had, many years ago, blah, 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 if they edit it really, really interestingly for their own agenda, it can sound really, really stupid or whatever, and that's their agenda, right? So this agenda for quoting Dolores Cannon wasn't mean-spirited, but it wasn't the truth. And it wasn't a truthful spiritual statement either. But, these people are trying to make money and try to get fame and popularity by using people's good names and throwing a whole lot of garbage under there just to kind of, get likes or whatever, right? There's a lot of thirsty people out there that are begging desperately for attention for whatever reason. So just see what you are noticing around as you're exploring your days. Is this a real quote? Are we just assuming because it's got the attachment of Dolores Cannon's name on it that it's a true, honest quote from her? Remembering she did so many fantastic books, and I still recommend people reading them if you're wanting to explore more metaphysical information, knowing that her information in her books are from her sessions. That is the channeled information from her clients, and she saw thousands of clients around the world, and they all were channeling very similar information. And it seems like on her journey, she would hear it sort of the first time, and she would hear the same consistent information coming out. And so she could see, the truth and integrity from our subconsciouses. They don't lie, that it's not worth it. Which then leads me to another statement. Those influences that you have followed, you don't know if they said that they're an Arcturian, for example. What if at one point that they have a soul walk out, all purposeful, all allowed, and the soul walk in is a different collective, and they're here to experience very close to the new old earth experience and potentially the old earth experience? How would you know if you kept their quotes originally, what they said back then when they was the truth, they were Arcturian, for example, but now they're not? Are you assuming because they said something one time that it's still the same? As we know, soul walk-ins and walk-outs are prevalent right now, super significant. And if you have heard someone's session once, don't assume that's the same soul essence in that vehicle now. It would be a really sort of lazy assumption to do that. So when you're listening back to the sessions and conversations with Heaven on Earth, that was correct at that time for that person. Absolutely 100% was. So I want to sort of explore it more privately because, we know big influencers, who have had big walkouts recently because of that very thing. So, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're suddenly feeling like you don't resonate with someone, that is your intuition saying you've moved on from the stepping stone. That soul is no longer there anymore that you resonated with. And it's all cool. That's fine. It's all lessons. But ultimately, if you're still seeking out influences, information, it's a really good time for you to go within and get your own information. You're all incredibly capable. There is nothing stopping you from being able to channel apart from yourself. And I say that with much love. Focus on it. Give yourself that time. Use that 15-minute meditation to invite your subconscious in to be able to fully give you the answers of whatever you're needing. To show you, to give you those senses of what's going on. It's powerful. Use that gift. It feels like a lot of people still have this, I don't want to bother any interns. I don't want to bother the Joe. I don't want to be a nuisance, blah, 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 blah. Okay, my friends, if you've had any of those thoughts, where you have held yourself back because you don't want to bother anyone, that bothers me. Can I peer pressure you into perhaps a more empowered thought set, mindset for yourselves? I love the shit out of you guys, and I always will. And I always want to help those who have got those small little delicate egos that are too shy and too nervous to even reach out. So please consider this. This is a great way to empower yourself. And it's all about empowerment, right? We should be excited to find new ways to empower ourselves, because then we're just better gifts for humanity, more service to humanity. And that's what we're all here for. Okay, my friends, I love you. Have a fantastic day.